Dear Mr. Minister, I would like to greet you and first of all to thank you for accepting our invitation to have an interview for expat community and to share all the news and all the plans of the ministry to answer my question.
Thank you very much. Thank you also for the invitation and the opportunity that you're giving me to communicate with your readers.
Dear readers, this interview is held for the Russian newspaper Vestnik Kipra and Successful Business magazine. And we will start with a very simple question in a way. Dear Mr. Minister, what are the most important milestones for 2020 for the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Development and Environment?
Well, without any doubt, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused unprecedented challenges with severe economic consequences for our farmers. So since last March, responding to the COVID-19 impact on agricultural sector became our main objective. To this end, we immediately took measures to ensure the sustainability of agricultural businesses, to preserve jobs, to ensure that the supply chains of agricultural products remain open and support agricultural sector to recover as quickly as possible once the lockdown restrictions would gradually be eased and eventually lifted. In this context, we took a series of measures to assist farmers, fishermen, sheep and goat breeders who were also affected due to reduced demand and lower price of meat, vegetable and herb growers, as well as producers who sell their products in public markets. So responding to COVID-19 was, I would say, the main challenge that we had to face in 2020.
I see. And what are the objectives for the 2021? What do you expect from this year? We hope that there will be tourist season, so our farmers can produce everything. But if not to speak only about farmers and challenges in this way, your ministry has so much to do. Could you a little bit brief us with the main objectives?
Yes, exactly. Of course, the ongoing COVID-19 crisis still holds many challenges. And as you mentioned, with virtually non-existent tourism sector and the complete loss of demand from restaurants and hotels, it is very difficult for our farmers to sell their products. Therefore, responding to the pandemic impact remains our priority for 2021 too. But at the same time, in order to support our agricultural sector, we're preparing a series of measures that will be announced soon within the framework of the Common Agricultural Policy of the European Union and the Rural Development Plan. The measures will focus on modernizing our agricultural sector and making it more competitive and at the same time more environmentally friendly. In parallel, we're preparing to fulfill our obligations regarding the new Green Deal launched by the European Union, which is actually the new development model of the European Union. I'm sure that you are aware about the Green Deal. The Green Deal.
Could you explain, please?
Yes, it is a new development model of the European Union, which aims to make the European Union's economy sustainable by turning climate and environmental challenges into opportunities. This is the main concept. And within the core objectives of the Green Deal are addressing the challenges of climate change, promoting circular economy and protecting biodiversity and nature. These are among the main priorities of Green Deal, which are also within the competences of my ministry. So we have a lot of work to do. Another main challenge that we have to address in Cyprus is the sustainable waste management. And in 2021, we hope that the new legislation for the separate collection of municipal waste will be introduced. This is something that I'm sure that it is of the interest of your readers. So the separate collection of municipal waste will be introduced. The pay-as-you-throw schemes will be implemented all over Cyprus. And it is very important for us, the smooth introduction and the success of these systems.
If you allow me to stop you just for a second here, people in Cyprus feel that Cyprus is too much polluted, that the rubbish is thrown everywhere. So maybe it's also wise to work in communication with other departments and other services to clean Cyprus and to have all this waste to be recycled.
Yes, indeed, I would say in general that waste management in Cyprus is a big challenge. And this year, we call it the year of change in our habits and in our legislations relating to the management of waste. So a big campaign will follow within the next few months in order to clean Cyprus, to clean our home from waste. And actually, we would appreciate the support of everyone in this initiative. So we are trying to promote recycling behaviors to support local authorities to achieve the goals of waste reduction, to control the waste disposal costs. So the implementation will be difficult at the beginning. The implementation of this new legislation and these new initiatives will be difficult at the beginning, but we are confident that the citizens will embrace the new programs, not only for the economic benefits, but also for the reduction of waste disposal. And this is also important for the environment and for climate protection.
Okay, you mentioned farmers, but I would like to ask you about prospects. What is the best potential, like maybe new markets, new sectors for farmers in Cyprus and for the industry, agriculture industry in general?
Well, let me start by saying this, that agriculture in numbers in Cyprus contributes with a small percentage to the economy and employment. However, its contribution to the overall economy and well-being of our citizens has multiple benefits. And I could mention many benefits. Indicatively, I will refer to the well-being of rural areas, to the supply of safe and high-quality foods, to the protection of the environment by maintaining farm areas and protecting them from desertification, the supply of food materials to the food processing industry. What I'm trying to say is that agriculture can be a significant part of solutions related to the social, environmental, and economic challenges of the future. So our aims is to exploit our comparative advantages and promote high added value agri-food products, such as products that are registered and protected as geographical indications at European level, and products related to the tradition of Cyprus. We also want to help small establishments, which constitute the majority of farms in Cyprus, to differentiate their products range and supply high quality products for the market. We also support the introduction of young farmers and new ideas in the field of agriculture. We want to increase subsidies for new farmers and creating a vibrant modern field of environment entrepreneurships for agriculture. So all these are within our priorities to support and modernize and make more competitive our agricultural sector.
When you mentioned about traditional products and about certification, I thought immediately about potatoes. What's happening with this certification of Cyprus potato on EU level?
Indeed, Cyprus potatoes are followed by a very good reputation in the European Union and other markets abroad as regards their quality and their special taste. So potato production in Cyprus is closely monitored in terms of plant health and quality in order to ensure that potatoes comply with all European Union and international rules. And it is the aim of the ministry to pursue the registration of the Cyprus potato as protected geographic indication or protected designation of origin. We are supporting this initiative by our producers, and hopefully soon we will see the Cyprus potatoes registered. But let me also tell you that we are very pleased because last week the European Union included another two traditional Cypriot products, the sausage and lunza of Pitsilia, in the list of European Union protected geographic indications. And we welcome this significant development, which will contribute to the further strengthening of the economy and local development. These two new names bring the number of protected food names in Cyprus to 8, and we hope that potato will be included in this list in the near future.
Yes, how do you expect near future is when? Because we had an example of this long and complicated story with halloumi. Afterwards, the products were registered quite quickly because in Cyprus we had already experience and understanding on how to do it. So your expectations on potato? Time frame.
Well, I wouldn't say that this will be as difficult because we learn from halloumi, and we live outside of the whole effort political issues, because halloumi is a complicated application because of the political issues that raised on the way to registration. But even for halloumi now, we are optimistic that these problems will be addressed, and in the near future we have halloumi registered also.
All right. I want to ask about Cyprus in general. In opinion of few people, that Cyprus, they say that Cyprus continuously underperform when it comes to environment, when it comes to environmental protection, when it comes to development of sensitive and protective zones. What do you expect in 2021? How the situation is changing? And what can prove that Cyprus is catching up?
Yes, I wouldn't agree that Cyprus underperformed in the field of environment. I would say that there is room for improvement. I wanted to mention that over the last years, Cyprus has established a procedure to appropriately evaluate the impacts of these big projects before they are big development projects before their authorization, and the procedure has been improved over the years, minimizing the development of projects which are not compatible with sensitive protected sites. And I can assure you, and we have many examples, that over the last years there have been many proposed development projects that were not approved because exactly of the negative impacts that would bring to nature and to biodiversity. Cyprus is well known for its rich biodiversity, and this is why it has a significant number of protected sites, which have been included in the Natura 2000 European network of protected areas. And actually, Cyprus is among the European Union countries with the highest percentage of their territory included in Natura 2000 network. And although the Natura 2000 network does not prohibit all activities within its boundaries, projects and activities with expected negative impacts on the sites are being avoided in order to ensure satisfactory conservation status.
Thank you, and I would like to continue, if we touch the protected areas, I would like to continue with forests. And we have many videos and photos in social media that shows that wherever people go in the forest, even deep into the forest, they find this pollution, which is the result of human pollution, they say, the results of activities of people. So people throw plastic, people throw these bullets from the hunting stuff. What does your ministry plan to do? Not maybe completely to stop it, but to change the mentality and in the same time to start cleaning our forests?
as I explained earlier, addressing the waste pollution by taking specific measures within our main priorities. And in order to achieve this, inspectors have been designated from the local authorities, and strict fines are imposed in cases of illegal dumping of waste. So these are some of my measures that we have taken, but with the introduction of the new legislation for the separate collection of municipal waste and through the amendment of the waste law, which is expected to take place within the year, the system for controls and inspections will be further improved, and strict penalties will be imposed on infringements on issues related to the protection of the environment and human health. In addition, our vision is to successfully manage our protected sites in Cyprus, maintaining natural areas free of pollution. This includes funding activities for removing pollutants from various natural areas of the island and implementing awareness-raising activities with the aim to change the behavior of the public and prevent future human litter disposal incidents in natural areas. Now, one part of our environment as an island is the marine environment, and Cyprus has implementing monitoring programs for several years in our marine environment. While environmental monitoring of coastal waters has reached a high level of competency, there is more work to be done in addressing the marine environment and the water quality environmental parameters. And to this end, we have also initiated the development of regional cooperation. We pursue partnerships with Greece, with Israel, with Egypt, and we intensify our endeavors to expand our cooperation with all neighboring countries in order to enhance monitoring, response, and combating of potential pollution incidents threatening the marine ecosystem. And I am confident that our strategic roadmap can address the complexity of environmental issues and address the protection of the marine environment against pollution.
Yes, we saw many photos and incidents when turtles ate some plastics or they were killed by this waste. What do you do for turtle and in general wild animal protection in marine life?
Well, Cyprus has been active in protecting these emblematic marine species, the marine turtles and other marine species. All marine nesting beaches in Cyprus are protected by the law, and most of them are included in the Natura 2000 network. Data collected throughout the years have indicated a constant increase in the number of nests recorded, which indicates a growing population. There are people visiting Cyprus regularly, and they have noticed that the population of the marine turtles in Cyprus has increased. And the presence of such priority species as the two-sea turtles, Caretta caretta, and the green turtle, Chelonia midas, is a clear proof of the good ecological quality of our marine environment. And we believe that conservation measures, in order to be more effective, they have to be supported by the local communities. And therefore, in 2020, we successfully initiated for the first time a training program for members of the communities adjacent to the turtles nesting areas. And this will be continued in 2021. And the goal is to promote both awareness and understanding of the great value of protecting turtle nesting areas in the local communities and keeping them actively involved as our valuable partners. So if we have another 2 minutes on this, no.
Yes, we do. It's interesting. I will be happy.
I would also like to refer to another important marine species for which we have designated specific marine protected areas and this is the endangered monk seal, the Monachus monachus. It's a Mediterranean monk, which is it is considered as an endangered species. A monitoring program was established approximately 10 years ago to evaluate the status of this species, and field surveys have recorded an increasing number of seal sightings. So these, along with the birth of several pups, indicate the permanent presence of these species on the island. And this is the first recorded re-establishment of the Mediterranean monk seal population in the area of its former range, following a status of near eradication. So the monitoring program and the implementation of protection measures of these important endangered species will continue to be implemented, and hopefully we will have a bigger number of individuals of this endangered animal, which all of us would like to have it in our island.
Yes, Cyprus has several unique animals which are known far beyond this Cyprus, like the seal you mentioned, or in the mountains we have mouflons, and they said that during 2020 the population of mouflons started to grow again because they were not disturbed by humans because of certain reasons, and I'm glad to hear it. Closing our interview and having a kind of summary, what would you say about the new projects? What initiatives you would mention that can help Cyprus to be better in all respects, any respects that your ministry is dealing with?
Let me thank you for this very good question. I do believe that increasing awareness and engaging the public in supporting our efforts is imperative in the conservation and protection of our environment. And we would be tremendously happy to see all residents of Cyprus, including those of Russian origin, to actively engage in campaigns such as awareness campaigns, special days, beach cleanups, and in any event which raises both awareness and appreciation of safeguarding our ecological inheritance. So your readers could get familiar with the Natura 2000 network, for example, in Cyprus, and help spread awareness in the importance of protected areas. An information campaign will soon launch, and several awareness-raising activities will be implemented. Your readers could also assist by voluntarily participating in programs or initiatives aimed at animal welfare, which are announced by our ministry. We are also in need of new farmers with new ideas that are ready to embrace the goals of the new Common Agricultural Policy. We need highly devoted young people to respond to the environmental and climate change challenges of the future. Organic farming, traditional farming techniques, and environmentally friendly farming must be expanded in all areas related to agriculture. And as I mentioned earlier, during 2021, the pay-as-you-throw systems will be implemented all over Cyprus, and it is going to be a big change, and we will need to support. We will need the support of all your readers in order to make this new policy successful. And finally, it is our intention to initiate in the near future a big campaign to clean areas that have been polluted by dumping of waste. So for this purpose, groups of volunteers will be created with the support of our Commissioner for Volunteerism and non-governmental organizations. And of course, the participation of your readers in these groups is more than welcome. Let's clean Cyprus, let's clean our home and prevent waste dumping again.
I will gladly participate, and Vesniki Press newspaper will support your initiative on cleaning Cyprus, because Russian people, Russian-speaking people, and anyway, all foreigners who live in Cyprus, they love the island, and they really cry in their hearts when they see it so much polluted. So we will be happy to assist. I would like also to ask now to switch on their cameras, two gentlemen, Mr. Charles Needy and Mr. Anatoly Filipenko. Both of them, Anatoly and Charles, please switch on the cameras. Both of them, they are members of an international club. It's called Successful Business Leaders Club. And our aim is to bring together those expat businessmen who live and work in Cyprus and to change something. So I will give the floor to Charles to ask the question and to thank you for the interview. Charles.
Dear Minister, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you today, and it was very interesting to listen to all of the policy advancements here in Cyprus on the blue and the green side. And personally, I'm very interested in the pay as you throw that you were talking about, and particularly whether that will include separation of food waste from restaurants, from supermarkets, from personal consumption, etc. Will that be part of the separation process?
Yes, the pay-as-you-throw scheme will cover all, not only the citizens, but also the business sector as well. So it will cover everyone. This scheme has been implemented on a pilot basis in a municipality here in Nicosia, in Aglaja municipality. It actually was very successful. The pilot implementation of this new scheme was very successful. We learned from this pilot implementation a lot, and we are going to utilize experience from this pilot trial to expand the implementation of this new scheme in all over Cyprus.
And they will include food separation, so that food waste is separated from other waste.
Yes, this will be the organic, the organic part of the waste, which will be treated separately in plants that have been developed specifically for this reason.
Excellent.
Anatoly.
Hello, Mr. Minister. Thank you very much for your very interesting interview. For me, your ministry is more about health and well-being of people than Ministry of Health itself.
You're right. Yes, I couldn't agree more.
And be sure that especially the Russian community who we live in Cyprus, we are very keen to participate, to support, to do our island the best.
Thank you very much, and your willingness, and I'm very pleased for you. We are willing to support our activities, and you are very much welcome to do so. If you want to have to communicate later on and see how we could collaborate and how you could support our initiatives, you're more than welcome.
Thank you, Anatoly. Dear Mr. Minister, I would like to thank you for this interview, for your willingness to answer our question and to communicate to us. And I wish you all the success in 2021 with all initiatives you have mentioned. From our part, we will do our best to assist, to inform people about them and to support your activities.
Thank you very much. Thank you again for the opportunity that you gave me. I enjoyed this interview, and I'm looking forward to communicate with you and your readers again.